Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Can you guys hear my voice? Let me know if you can hear my voice so we can proceed with the live stream. So today, if you read the title, we are going to be doing a Flappy Birds prototype with Buildbox, and I'll be teaching you this from scratch. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And if there's any stuff you want me to show you, I'll be happy to show you as well. So can you guys hear me? Oh, cool. That's very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new project now. I'll start with a 2D one. Um, this is going to be quick, by the way, because it's super easy to make a Flappy Bird. So first of all, we need to give yourself a character. So my advice to the new players is that if you're new to Beatbox, if you're new to game development, I would advise you to start your games by using just normal asset like the pre-built asset like cubes, triangles, rings. Just use them to make the core mechanics of your game, and later you can change the sprites to a normal game asset. So I will use a circle. Yeah, I'll use a circle for my bird now. So I'm gonna add that to my library. I'll add some cubes for some obstacles. Add that to my library as well, and I'm gonna go back to the game scene. So this is the start scene. This is the scene that shows when the player starts the game. So first of all, what do you want me to do first? Do you want me to make the environment first or make the player first? It's your choice. I want to keep you guys engaged as well. So which one do you want me to do first? The bird, the player, or the environment, which is the obstacles? Which one do you want to see first? I'm gonna start with the bird now and make obstacles. Okay, okay. So making obstacles. I want to use my cube of obstacles. So firstly, I'm gonna duplicate this rectangle, and then rename the rectangle as obstacle obs- obstacle. Yep. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag it into my scene. So I always play my game to see how it looks. Firstly, you can see it now. I'll drag it to the view. Okay, this is how the game looks right now. I'll change it to the HDMI full. This will show the game in full screen. So now we have just a cube and some lines. This line is because we have the debug opened. So I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to um, make a top layer for the obstacle, and then duplicate this and make a down layer. So the Josh, morning. Thanks for joining the live stream. Really appreciate it. So what you need to do first is that you need to give your object collision. So without collision, your objects will not be able to interact with one another. So if you click on this circle right here, this will show you the collision view. And right now my obstacle has no collision. So what I need to do now is double click on the obstacle, and then go to the start node and give it a static. So static is used for objects that do not move. Dynamic is used for objects that you want them to react with the gravity, and then kinetic is the one which you use for objects that you need to move, also have uh, and also make them interact with the environment. So I'll make this a static because we don't want the this obstacle to move, because it's just the base and the top of the game. So if you click here now, you can see this. So I'll show you guys one more thing. So if you go to the obstacle, you can add a color node. So this will set the color of the obstacle, and if you click on this pin arrow here, this is an option which you can use to make different color variation of that object. So right now the default color is black. If I go to my game and go to my scene, we can change the colors of this obstacle here. So I can make this one red and make this one yellow. And they still, so they are the same object, but they have different colors. So that can come in handy. I forgot to click OK for that. So I need to drag it up to apply the color. Okay, so if I play the game now, we'll have a yellow and the red down. Where are you from? I'm from the UK, but I am Nigerian. I live in the UK. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to duplicate this stat. So if I click on add, we have a new one. So can I actually duplicate? Okay, so what I can do is just go to this place and then click here. So one thing we need to do as well is that before we actually go forward with the game, we need to change the start and the end. So the start and the end, the way it works in Buildbox is that your game would combine with different scenes, and with these scenes you can use them to make your game progressive. I will show you what that means now. So if we should rotate this, I think 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Yes, so this is the start. Yeah, this is 90 degrees. We can make it minus 90 because it should be facing this way. So you can put this around this side, and then the end, rotate the end by 90 degrees as well, and then bring it to this side. It should be minus 90. Yeah, bring it towards this side. So this, I will show you what happens now. So if we are going to just nice, yeah, good. Let's make this 8, and let's make this 7. Yeah, no, 6, yeah, 6 should be okay here. Okay, and this one should be minus 6 and 7. That should be fine. Okay. Okay, 7. Okay, there we go. So we can save this right now. Oh, this should be minus 6, not minus 7. Okay, there we go. We can save this right now. So always save your work, because game softwares can always crash. So always save your work. Saving your work should be one of your biggest priority. Let me save my work quickly. Document and just save it. BB help. Yeah, I'll just make it Flappy Bird FB. Okay, save this now. Okay, so now what we're going to do now is that we are going to make the game move seamlessly. So if I go to my one, we can see that this stuff hasn't made the changes. So what I can do actually is just look at the values which I used. Game objects cannot move themselves. Cool. So we have minus 6, we have 7. So I can go back here and just change this. So once I change this, so what you need to do is take your time and work on the first thing. So and then you can just duplicate the first thing and use that to make the base of your other scenes. So I'm gonna do this quickly as well. Minus 6 and we have 7, 7, and we have this by minus 90 degrees. And then the end should be the end should be 6 and 7, and then the start should be minus 6 and 7 and 7. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then when you make backups of your game, when you save your game, you need to make backups whenever you do a big change, so that if you should mess up the document, you can always go back to your previous version. So I always end up having like 5 versions of my game. Okay, so I'm gonna do this right now. So when we're done with the game, I'll give you guys some tips, some advice about game dev because this really like changed the way I do my things now. Okay, so once we've made the first one now, so if you play the game now, we will just see this scene, and then this other one is coming to the sides, which we don't want that. So to fix that, what we can do is we can make. So if you go to the start scene, right? If we move this a bit further, let's make it 6.5. Can we see it now? No, we can't see it. Exactly. So always, so there's no perfect value for this end and start. You need to play your game every time to know which value is best for your game. So I'll change this to this to 6.5 just to be safe, and then I'll go to the first one and then do the same thing. So we can't see the game moving now because we haven't added the player yet. So you have just one more thing to make as the obstacle. So I make this 6.5, and then we have this space here. So the first scene, we don't want any obstacle in the first scene. In the second scene, so I'm gonna drag in another obstacle, and then I can now make it longer like this. So you can put this like here in the middle here, and then leave that way. And then we can actually duplicate this one, and instead of having this up here, we can have it down here. Okay, there we go. Nice. So we can have this as the same color. I'll make everything black for now. Like I said, you can change it to any color variation that you want, but for now I'll use black just to make it look the way I want it to look. Okay. If we finish with this early, I can actually make a 3D version. That will be cool as well. So I'm gonna save my work again, and then I am going to change this scene to scene 2 and save again. So I am now going to start with the player. So this is the player, and this is the animation node. So this animation node is actually the node that holds the sprites of your player. So this is how your player is going to look. And here you can tweak the position of your player any way you want, and you can also set the pivot point. If you want to do some rotations, you can do that here. So I'm just gonna press back and then cancel this. So now when you want to start working on a game, you need to take some time to know how you want the game mechanics to be, and just thinking about Flappy Birds, what you want the player to do is tap on the screen, and then the bird just flies up, flies up to dodge, and then the bird just falls down without anything. So what we can do now to make the bird like fall, if you make the bird a dynamic, the bird will apply to gravity, and so the bird will automatically fall. So if we're going to play this right now, let's put the circle. This is our bird. I'll name it bird. Bird. Okay. So we put the bird now in the scene now, and we play. Because we have collisions already in this one now. So first thing I'll do is that I'll click on my bird and change this collision, change it to a spear, and there we go. So I'm gonna save this right now, and then I'm gonna play the game. So when we play the game now, the bird should fall. Yep. There we go. So the bird fell down, and that's due to gravity, and it is a dynamic. So we can change the gravity. We can make it go faster. We can make it go slower. It depends on us. So what I do is that whenever I think of any game mechanics, I just open a new project and I just work on it. So I am going to. So I won't do that right now. I'll do that as one of the extras to the game, which we can change the gravity. But for now, we would go with this. So now, if we go and write touch, we would see a touch node. So we have touch. This is a touch that just yeah, this is a touch. Whenever we touch the screen, I think then it does this. But what we want to do is that we want to use. I think we're going to use this touch actually. We're going to use this touch one. So so to make it oh, is the stream back on now? I had some disconnections. Let me know if the stream is back on now, please. That would be really appreciated. Can you guys hear me? I have some cut in transmission. Let me know if you can still hear me so we can proceed. Okay, so is it fine now? Okay, good. So if so so what happens is that some nodes have this enabled here. So you need to connect your created to the enabled in order to activate that node. So in order to make the bed go up, what can we use actually? I think we can actually there's a lot of things that we can use, to be honest, but they would give us different 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 results. So what I think I'm going to use is I'm going to try and use. We can use the jump node. We are going to try that. We are going to try the jump node, and we are going to try the position animation node. Okay. So I don't know which one. I don't know which one actually works good with gravity, but we are going to find out together. That's why I wanted to do this from scratch so that everyone can learn. So I'm gonna try with the jump node. This is a jump node, so linear jump. I'm gonna change it to 0, and then we have jump limit. So jump limit, we want jump limit to be 0, I think. Let's make it 0. Let's see what happens. So when we touch the screen, the jump limit should be. The player should jump like this. So let's see what happens. Let's see. Let me save the game and let's see what happens here. So when we touch the screen, oh, the player jumps. Okay. Okay, you can see the player jumps, right? The player jumps, but the player goes down very, very slow. So I think if we can increase the gravity, then this will go very smooth. So to increase the gravity, I have already written a code. So I'm going to copy it right now from a project which I made. So I will show you guys some of the projects I've been working on during my holiday. So I used to use Buildbox a lot, but when I resumed uni, I'm doing a gameplay programming course. So I am restricted to Unity and Unreal. So I'm always happy to go back to Buildbox during my holidays. But actually, Buildbox now has given me more knowledge about JavaScript, which I like. I'm really happy. I am getting hold of it. Oh yeah, yeah. I decided to go out of my comfort zone with Buildbox. So now I try to open the nodes and edit them to fit my game feel. So let me find it right now. It's somewhere. Uh, it's in my flash drive. I need to access it quickly. Okay, just give me a minute to plug in my flash drive. Okay. Just accessing the files now. and we can proceed. All right. So I have a lot of Buildbox, like a lot of game stuff. If I go to Buildbox and go to, so which project did I actually sort out a little bit? So it's good for you guys to try to start learning how to code now with Buildbox, because you can always just open the notes and I just take some time to understand how the code works. It's very straightforward. So this is a project I've been working on. It's pretty fun. I think I've made a note somewhere that can change the gravity, but I can't remember where I put it. uh, if it's not there, I know somewhere I can easily get it. To be honest, I'm gonna close this. No, I'm gonna open Game Jam. Yes, it's definitely here. This is the first version though. Okay. Okay. Let that open. So reverse gravity. Need to plug in my battery. My system getting low. Alright. So okay, so I got this from one of the live stream that the devs did, but I modified the code. So I have a code that sets the gravity of the entire game. I have one that just sets just the gravity of the specific character. So I think this one should do actually. I'm just gonna copy this, and then I'm going to go to my player. Actually, what I want to do, yeah, go to my player. I think I'll duplicate one of these things and make it a game manager. So that this is one of the things I started to do now. So I have one node that acts like a game manager. The node has nothing, just a script attached to it. So I'll go to script, and then I'll change this to gravity, and then just paste the code. So now I need to do some things. I need to add a vector tree, and if enabled, I need to add an enabled receiver. Make it a green. Yeah, enabled. Okay. So the code, I need to change some things in the code because we don't want this to check. So what I want you to do actually is just set the gravity of the scene. So what I would do is that I will need this check later if you want to add some fancy stuff to the game. So I'm gonna comment this out, comment that out, and then what we want to do is just change the gravity of the game. So I'm gonna change this to like this. Okay, just copy this scene and then paste it here like this. Bam, that's it. So we can use the other codes to make some fancy stuff. So I'll save this right now, and then we are going to change this to let's say minus 30. Let's try minus 30. Yeah, and we're going to enable it. There's something else. We haven't added force yet. Oh no, I think we are fine actually. Let me see. Is there anything else we need to do? Oh, force. Yeah, it should be called force, not untitled. Let's save this now. So if we save this now and we play the game, We need to drag in the game manager to somewhere in the scene. And when you play the game now, the ball should go in, yeah, faster. There we go. So now we have the bed. Now when you tap, the bed actually goes up. And then when you leave it, it goes down. And then when you tap, it goes up. So now we have the core mechanics of the game. So later when we are changing the game to a sprite, we can do some animations. So now let's do something quickly. Let's do the game over now. So we are going to add movement to the bed. So there are two things we can do. Flappy beds. You can either add movement to the bed or add movement to the environment. So which one do you guys want to see? Which one should we do? Should we add movement to the bed or add movement to the environment? So while you guys are thinking of that, I am going to set up some UI that we can try and do the game over now. So I'm gonna open a UI. So this would be the load game UI. This would be the game UI itself. And if you have a UI is event observer, yeah, event observer. And I have one here. You can actually connect another UI to make the game. Yeah, that will be a game over. So I'm gonna go to my UI and then change the event to game over UI to game over. Game over, and then I can assign another UI and make it like so. I will rename this to the game UI, and then make this the game over UI. And save this now. Save. Okay. So what we're going to do now is that we are going to go over to game. So this is good now. We can now go up and down. I think the jump nodes works pretty cool. We don't need to use the position node. So what I'm going to do now is that I am going to add some if collides. So if collides they detect collision, and they can be used to trigger events as well. So we have an if collide here, and does it match with our C? So when you add an if collide, you need to make sure that the if collide is matching the shape of your character. So I'll make a sphere, and now it's matching the shape of my character. So what I'll do now is that this if collide now is working well. So turn that off. And now I am going to. So we are going to detect if the player collides with the obstacle. So I'll go here and then click on obstacle. So if you collide with the obstacle, we want it to just trigger an event. And that will be game over. There we go. So save the game. So if we should, so let's go back to the game UI. Actually, this is the game over. No, this is not the game over. So this is the game over. So we can just add a text to it. A text observer text. Let's add the text. No, not that. Let's add the text. And we can change. You can actually click here. Where can you click though? I can't remember. Oh, okay. How do you change fonts? I'm sure you clicked somewhere to change fonts, or I cannot remember now. If you guys know how to change fonts, please let me know. I know it, but I can't remember where you click. There should be an option around here. Maybe they moved it. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's change this to game over, and then we can put this in the middle of the screen right here. Middle of the screen is always 320, I suppose. Yeah, game over. So you can always put it here like this, and then game over to it. 320, and we can save it. So we actually need a button to go back to the game actually. So if you go here and go to, I think, navigation. Is it navigation? Navigation button. I think that's it though. Go to play. We start. Yeah, that should restart the game. So we'll add in an image. Let me add in some of the sprites that I have here to make it look cool. So add in this the try image. That should be cool. And you can scale it down to like 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, that's nice. You can save the game again. So if you should play the game now, if we should collide, so I haven't. So when we go to the bed, click on if collide. I changed this to obstacle so that it can detect our collision with the obstacle. So if we should play the game now, follow the obstacle, game over. There we go. We start and then the game restarts. So now, one thing that we are lacking now is that the game is not actually moving. So we are kind of stuck in this start scene, but we want the game to go from scene start to scene one, scene two, scene three, and so on, so forth, so on, so forth. So I'm gonna save this right now, and I am going to make a different version just in case we mess things up. Do a save as, and I'll do FBV2 and save this. So now I am going to so we can add movement to the bird, which I think we can. So firstly, I'll move the bird to my character, and then give the bird a character collision place. So now the bird is now a character. Can you please put the template in? Yeah, I am going to put the template in the. I would send you the link of the template. I'll put it in the description once I'm done with the video. So now I am building the template from scratch with you guys so that you can understand how it works. So you can always go back to this live stream to learn how I did some things if you don't understand it. But yeah, I will share this with everyone. So now to make the bed move, we can give the bed a move node. Let's try that out. Why not? Let's try that out. Let's see if that works. I'll close all this and save the game again. So now I'll go to the bed now and then write in a move node. So this move node, so we want the bed to move towards this direction. If you press 1, 2, 3 on your keyboard, you can actually see these options. I figured this out just by playing with the keyboard, and then it's very nice though. So you can actually press 1 to move your object. You can press 2 to rotate the object. You can press 3 to scale the object, which is pretty cool. Very nice. So I press 1, and then we want the bed to move on the x-axis. So move positive in the x-axis. So we are going to change the bed back to 0, and then I'm going to go back to the node. So I am going to. So we need to move on the x-axis. So I'm going to go to the x-axis and give it like I want it to move. Let's give it a move speed of like 3, and then change this to none, and save again. And I'm gonna go back to the go back here, and if I press start, let's see what happens. Let me do this quickly. Let me let's press start. Let's see what happens. So I press start now. The bed is not moving yet. I don't think so. Is it moving? No, it's not moving yet. Yeah, it's not moving yet. But yeah, the game over works. Everything works. So the bed is not moving yet. So why is the bed not moving yet? And I haven't connected I haven't enabled the move node. So always make sure you enable your nodes. Always make sure you enable it. Can you make it so each time you pass through the pipe you get a point? Sure. We can always do that. So now when we press start now, the bed start moving. But do you know what's happening? The camera is not moving with the bed. So how can we make the camera move with the bed? Click on the camera and then click on follow character. Position follow character. So remember you need to drag in your bed to the character, and also you need to give your bed a character here. So always make sure you've done this. So when you play the game now, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird because the camera is just moving out of the frame. So what we want to do is that we don't want the camera to follow the player jumping. So we are going to make this 0 as well. And now the oh, it still follows the player though. Yeah, still follows the player. Let me see. This is a bit weird though. Okay, there's something wrong. Let's figure that out together. So if I should make this 000, what happens? Okay. Okay, so this is not what we want. We don't want the camera to follow the bird. But actually, you can do this anything type. You can do this any way you want, because if you want to make a game like Flappy Bird, you don't want the game to be exactly like Flappy Bird. If you get what I mean. So let's try and let's make it look like Flappy Bird. If I make this 0 as well, what happens actually? I'm curious to know. So okay, so the okay, oh, okay, okay. Um, so you need to figure out how the camera works. So if I click on this camera now, you can see that this camera is looking at the ball, and we want the camera to only follow the ball in the X direction. So I don't know why it's not doing that. What is this? This I am building a Flappy Bird prototype for Buildbox. ES Gaming. So what we can do is that we can have a look and see what's going on here. Okay, so the camera is dynamic. What if the camera is... Oh, no, the bird, not the camera. Oh, there we go. So I'm making a mistake. I am changing the properties of the bird and not of the camera. Big mistake. So I need to press Ctrl Z to just go back, and then enable the node again. So always pay attention to that. Click on the camera again and then fix this. Oh my days. So 0, 0, and then everything should work properly now. Yeah, so now the everything works fine, but we need to follow the character. And now, voila, there we go. So now we have a Flappy Bird with everything moving, and we can see that the scene is going from scene 1 to scene 2, and then we have to go through those obstacles, as you can see. And then if you collide with it, you die. So if you notice that our level, the what's it called, the obstacles are not positioned properly, and I know why this is. So if you look at this, we have 6.58, right? Here we have 6.57. So make sure that your end and start nodes have the same value. If you don't have the same value, your game would not be smooth. So always make sure that they all have the same value in every scene. So that will give them a seamless transition. So I go back to this ones now. I can actually go and change it back to 7. Make sure that they have the same thing. And then if I play this now, there'll be some gaps, but everything is going to be in a straight line. So what I can do now is just go to my start scene and try to make this longer. So I'll click on these two now and just increase the scale to like 7. There we go. Yeah. Go to this one again. Click on these two. Increase the scale to like 7, and then go to the last one and then increase the scale to like 7. So now if I save the game and play the game now, we should have a seamless transition. There you go. So this now we have a seamless transition. There you go. And now we need to go to the point. So now we want the player to get point whenever they pass through an obstacle. So there are different ways you can do that, and I'm gonna think of one quickly now. So now what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go to the UI. So in this course to show in this UI here, and then what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add a UI button here. So I'll put it here, and then I'm going to change this to score. And then score, I'll make it point, and then point, I'll make it current point, and then I'll make the alignment to center. And now I'm gonna save this, right? I am going to go to the word and then go to the obstacles. So this is obstacle, right? So we want the player to get 1 point whenever they pass through an obstacle. And how can we do that? Do you guys have any idea? Let me know if you have any idea. Do you guys have any idea? So game dev has to do with very critical thinking. And how can we do that? So you think about how to do it, and then you think of which nodes you can use to do it. So to add the points, we are definitely going to use the score node. It's right here. Where is the score node? Is it, or is it points? No, add points. Yeah, add point. Yeah, add point. So you're going to use the add point node. And we want to find a way to detect whenever a player passes an obstacle. So what we can do is this. So what we can do is we can actually so what we can do is this. So we'll go to the to this obstacle here, and then I'll change this to the base. So this will be the base, right? And then I'm gonna delete this ones right here. Delete them. So I'm gonna delete this, right? And make it to be a pillar. I'm gonna just rename this to pillar, like pillar. Okay. So this pillar, I am going to drag in the pillar to the scene, right? And what I can do is I can open the pillar nodes and go into the animation node. So here I can actually change the scale of the pillar. I make the pillar like 5 if I want to. Okay. Oh no, make it 1 here and make it 5 there. Okay, so if I go back to the scene, the pillar will have changed here to this 5 1. So let's say the pillar is right here, right? Like this, like 0. Okay, 0 0 0. Yeah. So this pillar, I'm gonna drag it down a bit, and I'm gonna make it to go to the back, send to the back, send to the back. Yeah, to the back. So this pillar right here, I am going to go to the add an if collide to it. So right now, the if collide, the trigger of so you need to make sure that the collision of your objects are always the same size as the object. So make this 5 as well. Make it, yeah, that's good. So now I'm going to go to the pillar, and then I'm going to add an if collide node. So if collide node, if collide. I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to do if collide with character. I want you to add 1 point, right? Okay, add a local point, current point. So how can we make it detect the player? Good question. So what we can do is go to the this if collide and make it show, right? And then we can say it. So if I make this, let's make it 5 the same way. You can see that it's fitting the whole shape. So what I can do actually is what I can do now is go to my words, click on the if collide, and then drag it up to this place, right? Drag it up to here. So what happens is that whenever the player passes above these pillars, they gain a point. Let's see how that works. So now I am going to duplicate this one right here. I'm going to duplicate it. Yeah, copy this pillar and then paste this pillar in this second one here. And then I can just rotate the pillar like 90 degrees, like minus 90 degrees actually. Minus 90, yeah, no, minus 180, minus 180, upside down, yeah, and drag it up. And now we have the pillar facing up. And then what I can do is just make this pillar go to the back. Go to the back. My bed should be up, and then the pillar should be like, yeah, at the back. Nice. Save the game now. So when we play the game now, we should get 1 point every time we pass through a pillar. There you go. That is one of the best ways to do it. There you go. We have 2 points now. We go through another pillar, we get 3 points. We go through another one, we get 4 points. We go through another one, we get 5 points. and that's how you can do it. So you can make as many scenes as possible, and you can also so whenever the player collide with that object, it just dies. So let's do something more cool. So let's make the player change the color to like red whenever they collide with something. So we can go to the bird and then click on set color, and we can go to if collide, we set the color to red, and then we die. So if we eat this now, red and die. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So now we have the base of the game sorted now. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save as the normal one that we did, and then I'm gonna open back the version 2 and do some things. So I will show you guys how to actually change the bird. So right now I have a circle bird. So if I go to my folders, I have some free 2D assets which I saved along the years. If I go to so many folders. If I go to college work and go to Unity and go to 2D images, there's a bird animation right here. I just need to find it. Where is the bird? Where is the bird? Where is the bird? So I want to show you now how to change the circle to a bird and actually control a bird. That'll be cool, right? So I have to go and look for the bird. If you guys see any folder with bird, let me know, please. It's too many folders. 2D. Oh yeah, this is it. So splash it, and then we have. Let's use a bluebird. Yeah, bluebird. Oh, let's use this one. Actually, let's use the body part. No, actually, we can use the body part. We want this. But we need them to be separate, though. How can we do that? I think I had this before. I'm sure I had this before. Like, what happened to the folder? I had a folder with the birds, like having different parts. So actually, if we want to use this now, we need to go to Photoshop and call out each frame. But I don't know. Can we find an easy one to use to show you guys? Let me check the. Let me check a free website that we can use one bird. Or do I have any other birds I can use? So if there's any mechanics you guys want me to show you, please let me know in the comments. I'll be very happy to show you, and if I can, at least give you an idea of how to do it. So I'll be looking for a bird I can use for now. I can use this bird because the sprites are not the way I want them to be. But let's use a balloon. Actually, let's use a balloon. Okay, yeah, let's use a balloon. So we use a balloon as the bird. Okay, that is a very good deal. So now this is a balloon, right? So whenever the balloon hits the obstacles, it should burst, right? Cool. So I'm gonna go to the Buildbox, right, and then go to close this right here. We don't need this. We don't need this. I don't need you anymore. Yeah. So go back to the game and then open the bird. So I'm gonna duplicate the bird just to just have one version for for myself, and yeah, I'll make it to default bird, right? Default bird. So this is the default bird. Okay, change this back to bird, and change the default one back to default one. So bird should be change this one to the default bird. DFAULT. Nice. Oh, what happened? What happened here? Okay, nice. So now we have a bird. If I open the node of the bird now, we have this animation, right? So is Josh there? Josh, please, are you there? I need some help. If you're there, please let me know. I want to ask you a question. So this is for set color. We don't really need this anymore. Yeah, just leave this circular. This sprite, I'm gonna change it. So I'm gonna just drag in the balloon now. I'm gonna drag in the balloon. Drag in the balloon. There we go. Nice. So whenever, so this is the game right now. So this is now the player. This is the balloon. The balloon is too big though. We are going to reduce the size of the balloon. It's too big. I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to change to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Nice. Josh, if you are using the node and let's say that you want to group them, I can't remember how to do it. So let's say you want to group them to make it them easy to read, like group these ones like movement, and then group these ones for like collision, and then group these ones like animation. I don't know how to do it. I can't remember. Can you please remind me? That would be cool. Okay, so yeah. So now we have this balloon right here, and then we have the collision. Collision is not exactly the way we want it, so we have to change the collision and make it the way we want it to be. So I'm gonna drag this down a bit to make it like this. This should be okay. I think this should be right. Make it a bit smaller. There we go. Actually, nice. So now we can just yeah. My start manager does not need any collision, to be honest. I can just go to my start manager and make it to be none. None. Yeah, just let me remember. It's so handy. Why don't you say yeah, yeah. Okay, so now we have this collision and then we have this balloon right here. So the if collide as well needs to have the same value because it won't work well. So I'm gonna go here and I'm going to copy these values to it. Just copy this exact value to it, to be honest. That will fix it. I think it's already there. Yeah, I think it's already there, to be honest. I think we scaled them yeah, together. That's why, yeah. Yeah, I think we did scale them together. Yeah, it's good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to here. So whenever we tap the screen, whenever we touch the screen to make it jump, I want the balloon to play some animations. So I'm gonna duplicate this animation and I'm going to just attach it to here. So this will be the jump animation. So here I'm gonna drag in this one and this one. So this will show you that oh, the ball has been touched. So if I go this and I play this, so now if I should play the game now, this is what it shows. But the size is very big. Do you know why it's big? That's because we need to change this as well to 0.5. 0.5. And now if we save the game and play the game, we have a balloon going, and then when we touch it, we can see that the balloon is actually reacting to the environment. So what we can do now is that, so whenever we touch now, nothing happens, right? But now what we can do now is now whenever we collide with the obstacle, right, we want to play another animation. And now I'm going to move this right here. So this would be the death animation. So this one now, I am going to go to my folder and I'm going to drag in everything here and drag them in. Boom. And then I am going to play it and see how it looks. Boom. Nice. So I'm going to change to 0.5 and change it to 0.5. I might want to slow it down a bit though to make it more just cool. Make it like 0.8. That'd be cool. That would be good. 0.8 and save and then play again. Nice. So now if I save the game now and play the game, whenever we collide. Okay, so now if you see now we can still see the old one. So what we're gonna do is this. We can use a state machine. A state machine is very useful. Like I'm just in love with the state machine right now. Like I use the state machine every single time. So now we can do like touched, and we can do default. Now I don't like to use the first node, the first state machine, because it can actually tamper with your work. But let's try and use it now. Let's see. Let's see. But I don't use it. I don't use it because the game automatically sets it as the default. Why can't I spell default? Okay. So we have default, we have touched, and we have explode. So what a state machine does is that a state machine only allows one state to be active at a particular time. So whenever anything is passed through anything of this, it will activate only that one and deactivate the rest. So what we want to do now is whenever the board is like created, we want this to be yeah. Whenever we touch the screen, we want to have this right here. This is the touch animation. And whenever we collide, we want to have this. This is the explode animation. I think there will be an issue here, but I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, let's see whatever works. Then we can solve the issue together. If I save this now, when I press it now, you can see now. But the issue is that when I release it now, it doesn't go back to the normal way. So what I can do now is this. So okay, so what happens now is that whenever this animation finishes, whenever this one finishes, I want it to go back to this one. And now when we play the game, whenever we touch the screen, it should go back to the normal one. It's not. Okay, good. Let's have a look. So now whenever the touch animation finishes, whenever it finishes, we want it to go back to the last one. But it's not going back. Why is it not going back? Okay, go back here. Exactly. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. So now when we touch it now, it goes back like this. So now when we touch the balloon now, we can see the effect of the touch. But the balloon is now rotating. I know why it's doing that. We'll fix that in a minute. But balloons should rotate though. So, but when we collide with something, we explode. Pretty nice, isn't it? Let me save it now. So to fix the rotation, I'm sure it's this. I'm sure it's this one right here. We need to set every rotation factor to 0, so that it does not rotate. So, like I said, if you want to make a Flappy Birds game, you have to do something unique. You can't just do the same thing and expect to get the same result. That it doesn't work like that. So you have to always try to think of something unique that you can add to your own version to make it more cool. So this right here is the basics of making a Flappy Birds game. There's a lot of things you can do from here. You can add more obstacles, you can change the colors, you can make it more cool, you can change the bird, you can change the environment, you can do some things that the graffiti is gonna change. That would be cool though. Let's try it. Yeah, that's cool. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask anyone on Discord. What I was going to do, actually, is I was going to make a mode that instead of the gravity to be going down, is going to be going up. So this actually is something like that would be cool to add to your game and make it more cool. Like let's do that quickly. So I am going to stop the stream after trying this out, and then start the stream again. So after this, so that this stream can save and it doesn't get too long. But the next stream, I'll be asking questions and I'll be trying to do some game mechanics that you guys want to see. That'll be cool. So what I was trying to do actually is that if I should change this gravity to, so game manager change the gravity to 30, right? What happens? The ball goes up, and okay, it goes up. So what we want to do now is this. So what I wanted to do now is this right here. So I would use, I wouldn't use the game manager for now in order to make this work. I need to use the bird. So we are going to use a state machine as well. So we are going to use a state machine, and this is just a plus, guys. This is just a plus. So something I've been thinking about. So make this default, and then make this normal, and make this upside down. And now what we can do is that we can actually pull this around here and do this. So if it's default, we don't want anything to happen in default. If we press it, we go to normal, we have a normal gravity, and then we have a normal gravity, which should be minus 30, and then we have a normal jump. If it's upside down, this is where everything gets really cool. We are going to duplicate the gravity and the jump as well. Copy paste. So now we are going to have a different gravity and a different jump. So I am going to make the jump now, make it minus 10, and make the gravity make it make the gravity make it 30. So let's see what happens here. So if you play the game right now, you have a normal jump. You go down, you go up, you go down, you go up. And let's say we now change this to upside down. See what happens. Oh wait, what happens? What happened? Gravity? Jump? Something is definitely wrong. So gravity is now 30 and jump should be minus 10. Oh, but the gravity is still going down though. It shouldn't be going down. Let's deactivate this first. Let's see what happens. It's still going down. Okay. Activate this. Oh, that's because we haven't touched it yet. Oh, okay. There we go. So if I wanted that to happen, I need to make this. Okay. So what I can do is that I am going to use another state machine, because we want the gravity to be activated at start. So if I should, if without using the state machine now, if I should use this gravity now and make this from the start, see what happens. So now we have to stop the balloon from going up. So now everything is complete opposite, which is pretty cool. Like, this is so nice. Like, the player has to stop the balloon from going up. So this can actually be a very nice game, which you have to stop the balloon from going up. If you go to these parties, they have these nitro balloons that always go up. So this is a kind of mechanics that they can use to replicate that. So stop the balloons from going up, and then when the balloon goes up and touches any surface, they explode. Oh, what happened there? Something really funny happened there. So now it does not detect collision there. Why is that? Always test your games because they can be buggy. They can always be buggy. So why did it not detect that collision? Let's see what happens now. So let's go here and then let's collide with this. Why is that? So it seems that it is not seeing these ones as obstacles. And that's because we did not give the pillar an obstacle. Make this an enemy. Yeah, make this an enemy. The base should be an enemy as well. So we need to make this enemy and then go over to the bird and change the if collide to enemy. So always make use of the collision groups. So now if you should, let's say you go and hit it now, you boom, there we go, nice. You can turn that off now and try that again. So now we go up and then boom, yeah, nice. So now the template is now done. So here you can If you want, you can use the normal, you can use the slow mo if you want. So now let me make this much better now. So we have a default, and okay, so what I'm gonna do now is that I'm going to do something here. So if we should have, I'm gonna duplicate this, just duplicate this, copy paste. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we have a normal, and we have, so if I go to normal and I go to, yeah, normal. So normal, we have this normal one here, and then upside down. Yeah, normal, we have this normal gravity, and upside down, we have this upside down gravity. So now you can always customize it here. So if you want upside down or if you want normal, you can do it here. And now if you want normal jump, or yeah, now you can. So now this is pretty self-explanatory. So now if you want normal, this will be normal now. This will be normal. Oh, what? Why? Why is it normal? Okay, there's always something wrong. So okay, yeah, because changes. So if this is normal, make sure they are both normal. So if they are both normal, you have a normal Flappy Bird game. And if what happened there? Normal Flappy Bird game. And if you want to be sneaky, you can do upside down and upside down. And now you have an upside down game. Okay. So that's it, guys, for the Flappy Birds. Thank you for watching. I'll go live later, and you can ask some questions, and we can do some cool stuff together. So I will post this. I'll post this BB doc in the comment description, so you guys can go and have fun with it. So thank you guys for watching, and I really thank you guys for coming on. And I'll see you guys later. Have fun and create games. Have fun creating games. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.